Welcome back to another beautiful day in the land of music. My name is Douglas, and in today's video, we're gonna have a little fun with my two red keyboards. I've got the Nord Stage 4 and the Akai MPC Key 37 right in front of me here. And this is not gonna be a comparison video. I already did a fun comparison video between the MPC Key 61 and the Nord Stage 4 and just talked about some of the differences and compared the sounds. If you're curious to watch that, throw a link up here or in the description below, go check that out. But in this video, I wanted to not only have a little fun with the two keyboards, but show you how to record an external keyboard via audio into the MPC Key 37. I've already seen one person that got the MPC Key 37 as kind of their little recording gig instead of a computer and a DAW, just recording onto the MPC. And having a keyboard like the Nord Stage 4, you can plug the left and right audio out into the MPC Key 37 and record the audio. I'll walk you through the whole thing, the setup, how to go in, record the audio tracks. Let's jump right into this and have a little fun. So over on the MPC Key 37, we're gonna go create an empty project. Now what we're gonna be focused on here is first, getting set up with our audio track, because what we want to do is we want to record the Nord Stage 4 into the MPC Key 37 using audio tracks. And then we're going to layer some things like drums, things that the Nord Stage 4 doesn't do as well. We'll use the sounds that the MPC does very well, like drums and things like that, and we'll layer those in. So let's go to our main track mode here. And we've got two little buttons down here, MIDI and audio. So the MIDI tracks, all your plugin programs, drum programs, they're all gonna live under MIDI, and then audio is gonna be all of your audio-based tracks. So it splits them up. If we go into track mode, which we can hold Shift and tap on the main track button, now you can see we've got one MIDI track and one audio track. We can add additional audio tracks just by hitting this little plus. And then if we wanna delete a track, we can come into our main view, go to the track we want to delete, hit the little pencil icon, delete. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes. And we're going to delete audio 2 as well. Now, what I've got for a setup and how I've connected these two together is I have the left and right, or the out 1, which is the left, and the out 2, which is the right on the Nord Stage 4. But if you've got a different keyboard with an L and an R, that's going to be your left and your right channels going out. We're going to do stereo. So we're going left and right out of the Nord and into the 1/4 inch inputs on the MPC Key 37. Now this is just like an audio interface or anything like that, where we've got the two audio cables plugged into there. And then on the back of the MPC Key 37, there's a little input knob, and that applies to both of those inputs. I've got that at about 2/3. My goal is when I'm playing the Nord Stage 4, I want to record that roughly around -10 dB. It's okay if it's above or below, depending on how hard I'm playing or soft I'm playing, but that's what I shoot for, and then I use a compressor and other things to bring that into the mix more if I need it. But that keeps it from peaking. What we don't want is recording the Nord Stage 4 so loud that we distort and hit those peaks because our input is too loud. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. You may have to play around depending on the master level of your external keyboard you're recording. I have found on the Nord Stage 4, 7/8 volume is really good, gets me a nice, clear, and defined sound. And then in the MPC Key 37, about 2/3, gets me that sweet spot on the signal. So let's check that out. And on our audio track 1, we're gonna go and hit this little, it's a little eye icon. That brings up this track control right here. And we can see that right now, inputs 1 and 2, we can press down on our encoder and we could have individual, so if it was guitar or something like that, we could record a single input. But in our case, we want stereo. So this track is going to be treated as stereo input 1 and 2. And then if we play the Nord, you'll notice I'm getting no sound. Now I've got the output of the MPC Key 37 plugged into my audio interface recording into Pro Tools, raw audio, no extra effects there. And so what you're hearing is what's being recorded into the MPC Key 37. Trying to give you an accurate representation of what you'd be hearing if you just had headphones plugged in or exported the audio out of the MPC Key 37. So what we've got to do in order to hear anything, you'll see I am getting signal a little above -9 dB you can see on the screen there. That's okay for me. In order to hear anything while we're playing, we have to down here, we have to change this from off to either in or auto. Now, if you set it to in, when you stop recording and you play back, you won't hear any playback if you have the track armed. So I put it on auto and it does that for me. And what we can do now is let's change our bars to 8 and let's bring our beats per minute down to about 104. Let's just go to our metronome. We're going to tap on Shift, Configure, and we're going to say we want to hear the metronome on record and play. Let's just hit play. You can hear that metronome right there. So let's X out of this and let's go in and record something. It's going to give us a 4-beat count in, and this is all on the MPC. I've got another video where I go over all the details of recording a beat and compiling a song. We're just going to go for it in this video. If you're curious on that, you can watch it here, or again, I'll throw that in the description below. But let's actually find ourselves just a basic piano. I like that. So we're going to go record and play start. And it loops just like regular old MPC stuff. It's gonna switch to overdub. So we can stop that. And let's take our track. Let's come over to track number 2. Now you notice I scroll, we don't have a track number 2 yet. So let's just click on the plus to get a new track. We're gonna make this setting to auto as well. And you'll notice if I come into my track view, I've got my 2 tracks here and it automatically switches which track is armed to the one that I have active. Let's come back over to track 2. Let's choose a different sound. Maybe we go with, oh, that's kind of funky. I don't know if it's quite fitting. Let's do an electric piano. So we're gonna go record, play start. Now this is on our second audio track. So let's stop that and let's do a third one here. Let's maybe throw an organ into this mix. So again, we're going to come over to auto and we'll come back and name all of these after. We're going to go to our preset library. Sure, let's go with that. So we've got our jazz organ here. Again, record, play, start, and I don't like that. I kind of messed up at the beginning there. I'm going to turn the sustain pedal on because that's what I'm used to with the B3. Getting kind of messy fast, but we're doing a quick one here. So we've got 3 tracks. Let's go ahead and name these in the MPC. We're going to call this one organ. We're going to go back to track 2. We're going to call this one EP. And we're going to go back to this one. And we're going to call this one piano. Now, I mean, if we just take a listen to this without the metronome, so we'll turn the metronome off, come back here. That's pretty clean sounding. I think the piano sound and all of the sounds on the Nord compared to the equal sounds on the MPC, the Nord is just better. And so it's great that you can record the audio in here. So let's come over to our MIDI here and let's go ahead and close this. Let's add some drums to this. I think this could really benefit from some drums. So we'll change this to a drum program. We'll call this drums. And we're going to come into our sounds here. And let's just pick a kit here. I don't know, let's go with like TL Junior Live kit. Feeling like we need something that's more electronic, so we'll try a couple. Maybe not. Try out a couple of these. It's getting closer. I don't know, I keep always coming back to these chill kits here. I already loaded that one, but like Chill 5, I kind of dig this one a lot. I think I'm gonna go with that again. And so we'll come back over to our main view here. Let's go to record, make sure our metronome's on, play start. Now what we could do is come over to our second track, and I'm going to use that same kit, and we're going to call this cymbals. I like to separate my drums and my cymbals, and we're going to go. I came in too fast. My quantize or the timing correct in the MPC, I forgot to set that. I don't know what it's set at, 1/16. It kind of screwed up my drum track there a little bit. But what I want to do is let's just go to track 3, do a plugin program, and let's just choose something from the Mini D. Let's find a nice little lead here. With that, record, play start. Let's add one last piece here, and that's going to be a bass sound. Let's come into our bass line. I like that. Record, play start. I forgot what chords I played. That was a fun little exercise. So, you know, we kind of did a couple of things here. We recorded the Nord Stage 4 into the MPC Key 37. Fun little task. And then we added some additional tracks into the MPC Key 37 using sounds from both of them. So what I kind of wanted to demonstrate here is the power behind the MPC Key 37 recording interface. I didn't do any of this on the computer. Straight in the MPC without any effects or anything so far. I could come in here and I could go into my tracks themselves and I could start to add insert effects, 4 insert effects for each of those tracks, and I could really start to mix down this song. And then on the main output, you can put effects as well. So you could put compressor, you could put some sort of mastering dynamic plugin on there, and you've got the ability to take this and go into your menu, and you can do save, audio mix down, and boom, you can mix down this audio into either a wave or a MP3. There's a few different options here, and use that where you want to use that, distribute that. And it's an amazing tool. I've said this in a lot of my videos for getting scratch tracks down, but it's even more than that, because I mean, you saw in just a few minutes what we were able to do. And so if you really spent some time on this, you could dial it in and really get it the way you want. And I think it's a perfect tool, and it really complements the Nord Stage 4 nicely, because Nord Stage 4, pianos, organs, all of those kind of bread and butter sounds, they're just amazing. Then you get the MPC, and that kind of fills that gap where it's got amazing drum sounds, the interface to record, and, you know, couple these two together, they almost match, not quite. The reds are a little bit off from each other, but who cares? I think they're a great little combo. They complement each other nicely. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any questions around what we went over in this video. I know I kind of scratched the surface on a lot of different areas, but throw those down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, stay inspired, and keep making that music.